The year 2020 to 2021 marked the beginning of a new and challenging board year under the leadership of Mr. Eduardo Francisco. Although we did not hold a turnover ceremony because of the pandemic, the board of directors were united and made collaborative efforts in guiding the management to become more resilient at this crucial time. A participative leadership under Mr. Francisco brought the workplace together and paved the way for more important projects to be accomplished. The board implemented worthwhile projects such as providing packed meals to the healthcare workers of the Makati Medical Center last year, the purchase of devices and materials for safety protocols, and RT-PCR testing for all employees. The club's endeavors, which aim to help the club achieve stability and adapt to the new normal amidst the global health crisis, were realized. The House Committee, handled by Mr. Renato Valencia, implemented several configurations of the existing setup on the different parts of the club to adapt to the new normal, installation of new electronic board for the club's announcements and promotions, conceptualize different food and beverage offerings, approve the contracts of Pro Shop, Helen Dry Cleaning Laundry Center, Lifeline, and Aikido, approve the club's community relations team, which continues to donate several food items to the Philippine Food Bank Foundation, conducted a survey among members about their opinions and preferences regarding the club's facilities, products, and services, and approved several communication platforms such as text blasts, Viber broadcast, and email blasts. The Construction and Maintenance and Planning and Development Committees, spearheaded by Attorney Godofredo de Guzman and Dr. Jaime Laya, oversaw and took charge of the renovation of the indoor tennis courts and the Lanai Kitchen, installation of industrial fans and safety nets in squash courts 1 and 2, installation of ventilation window in the badminton courts, refurbishments of the dry sauna inside the men's and women's locker rooms, repainting of gallery and patisserie, replacement of wooden planks at the log cabin, cleaning of indoor and outdoor tennis courts, cleaning of the water cisterns at the pavilion and clubhouse, pest control, fumigation, sanitation, and disinfection by our pest control contractor, and the rehabilitation and layouting of the main kitchen. The Planning Committee approved the upgrading of the internet connectivity of the club and Wi-Fi connection speed from 50 Mbps to 100 Mbps without incurring increase in monthly charge. It also allows the members to work from the club and view the club's marketing promotions once they log in. It will also encourage people to hold banquet functions and avail of the stronger Wi-Fi inside the club when everything returns to normalcy. The Socials Committee, led by Attorney Simplicio Vertudaso Jr., organized the virtual Christmas Carol project simultaneously held with the induction of new members, Chinese New Year, and the Valentine's Day lunch. The sports committee, headed by Mr. Lorenzo Lichauco, inaugurated the tennis courts, which were formally opened for the use of members, implemented new operating hours according to members' patronage, initiated a Christmas fund, and collected the total amount of 240,000 pesos for the Trainers and Ballboys Fund for distribution, and approved the increase of the Ballboys and Trainers fees to allow them to fund their self-employed SSS and PhilHealth contributions. The membership committee, led by Mrs. Alice Cinco, inducted 63 applicants for membership, processed 2 overage dependents, 5 associate memberships, and conducted a virtual induction ceremony of new members last December. The Human Resource and Development Committee, led by Attorney Gregorio Bilog, recommended to the management to extend financial assistance to all employees and another separate aid for those who were not able to report for duty during the lockdown, approved the deferment of the salary deductions for employees for the time being, provided 13th month pay and Christmas bonus to all employees despite the financial constraints, and employed the services of MaxiCare Healthcare Corporation as the HMO of the officers and rank and file employees. The Finance Committee, headed by Mr. Rogelio Guadalquiver, guided the management in monitoring the cash flow and expenses given the unstable and sluggish economy because of the pandemic. Membership dues went down due to the decrease in transfer fees, guest fees, and the patronage income. As expected, because of the lockdown measures and the restrictions, the revenues of different profit centers plunged down. F&B facilities suffered the biggest drop in sales, particularly the banquet operations, which is the bread and butter of the club, and literally became non-existent and compounded by the steep drop of patronage of members in all food and beverage outlets. Similarly, the same scenario happened in our sports facilities and amenities, such as the barber shop, beauty parlor, and other income coming from dividends from investments and interest from bank deposits and rental income from different concessionaires. Profitability was greatly affected due to the decrease in food cost profit margin. The management consciously did not adjust the selling prices of our menu despite the steep price increase in acquisition of raw materials for both perishables and non-perishable food items brought about by the pandemic. Lockdown and several quarantine restrictions mandated by the IATF brought the club to its knees. Anticipating the revenue loss, the management maneuvered the club operations by controlling the expenses of the club. All critical utilities such as electricity, water, and kitchen fuel were properly managed and monitored. Regular employees, manpower, and security services are proportionately adjusted according to the need of the operation by adapting job rotation among our organic employees so as not to dislocate them, replacing housekeeping contractors with our own employees by incorporating multitasking jobs. All other expenses are kept to its minimum and managed accordingly without sacrificing the safety of members and its employees and security of club property. We ended the year with a net loss of 6.6 million. This loss could have been smaller if not for the non-recurring expenses such as the community charity through food donation, which we gave to the frontliners of the Makati Medical Center, RT-PCR testing for employees, purchase of devices and materials for safety protocols, and the financial assistance which we have given to the club's regular employees and extended families. We would like to recognize the management team headed by Mr. George Salvador, our General Manager, and Mr. Ronaldo Limbo, our Comptroller. We would like to acknowledge the dedicated Board of Directors headed by Mr. Eduardo Francisco, our Club President, Dr. Jaime Laya, Vice President and Planning and Development Committee Chairman, Attorney Simplicio Vertudaso Jr., Corporate Secretary and Socials Committee Chairman, Mr. Rogelio Guadalquiver, Treasurer and Finance Committee Chairman, Mrs. Alice Cinco, Membership Committee Chairwoman, Mr. Renato Valencia, House Committee Chairman, Attorney Gregorio Bilog, Human Resource and Development Committee Chairman, Attorney Godofredo de Guzman, Construction and Maintenance Committee Chairman, and Mr. Lorenzo Lichauco, Sports Committee Chairman. We would like to extend our gratitude to all our members who have helped the club throughout the years. Your unwavering support is always greatly appreciated. Again, thank you very much.